very much for having me at this time. I'm so excited to be part of what God is doing and what God is saying. As a watchman, we have watched over nations in prayer. And from where I have been positioned with my husband in northern Nigeria, we are watchmen. And God has been saying a lot over the years and confirmation through the mouth of his prophets all over the nations. And this year, 2023, we've been hearing, and one good thing that God has been doing is that before the year unveil, the Lord will pour into the hearts of his prophets and his watchmen what he wants them to see for the coming year. And so I, as a watchman, I see in the spirit, in the realm of the spirit, with my spiritual eyes, that the Lord is bringing into bear. He's bringing into bear. He's pushing away seats that have been occupied by darkness, and bringing in seats of righteousness in every sector, in every mountain. He is empowering the youth in a greater level than ever before. We'll see the youth changing the landscape of nations by the grace and the wisdom that God is already unleashing on them. Strategic wisdom. There is a strategic wisdom God is pouring in the lives of the youth. And as remnants within the body, they are emerging with such zeal. The zeal that will make them like Phinehas, to bring in righteousness where there has been unrighteousness. They are going to shut the door. They are going to open up doors in which men can flourish. The structure that will bring development in nation can flourish. And we will see it not just in certain nations, but in most nations. There are strategic nations in the earth that will begin to show that. America is one of it. Of course, Nigeria in Africa is one of it. And we can see China, we can see Kenya, we can see different nations, we can look at Europe, and we see what is happening with Russia and Ukraine. We just see that there is a change that is going on. And over time, the youth have taken strategic positions in speaking out their voice and in bringing their voice to bear on tables and deciding issues concerning nations. But I see 2023 giving room for youth with strategic wisdom. This influence of what they will do will also be reflected in family, because we will see family values being restored. That is what I see with my eyes. I see the birthing from the womb of spiritual mothers and fathers, the birthing of the words of the Lord into the lives of these young people. So there will be a networking, there will be a working together, where the older generation will push the younger generation, and where the younger generation will make room for the older generation, where their strength will be the place where the older ones can match with, and where the wisdom of the older ones will be what the young people will connect with. So there is a connection, because three cords cannot be broken. So there will be such a connection together of the graces of God in the different generations. And that is what I see. I see a working together. I see a closing of the gaps that have been there over time. In 2023, gaps will be closing. Older ones will reach out to the younger ones. The younger ones will recognize the place of the older ones. And there will be a moving together as we all look forward to the coming of the Messiah. It's a great time of great abundance, but it's an abundance that is coming in the place of union with the purposes of God. And that is how the church can enter into great wealth. Wealth of harvest of souls, harvest of abundance in every area. I want to say to the Most High God, let him alone be exalted as he opened up this year deeper and deeper into the minds of his dearly beloved. And as the bride of Christ, we are rising to be clothed by him and to walk in him. It's the season of the bride indeed. Just as it's the season of manifestation of sons, it's the season of the bride being clothed in greater glory, because she is the house that houses this seed that is called incorruptible. Thank you for having me, and God bless you. Thank you.